Although it's only been 2 weeks since I published my first video about Global Airlines selling tickets for their inaugural flights, there have been a lot of further developments in that time, so I thought it was worth making this update. Since its arrival in Beja, Portugal on the 17th of January, following 4 months of heavy maintenance and refurbishment in Dresden, Global's Airbus A380 had only made two short test flights on the 3rd and 16th of April, both of which were less than an hour in duration. Well, that all changed on Friday the 2nd of May, when, much to the surprise of many of us, the aircraft flew a positioning flight to Barcelona in Spain, ahead of what Global shared on social media would be their first flight carrying passengers, flying from Barcelona to Berlin in Germany under flight number 801. It doesn't appear that these flights were sold publicly, or at least there was no mention of them on either Global's main website or ga.flights, where tickets for their inaugural long-haul services have been sold. It's unclear whether these were fare-paying passengers or invited guests. Regardless, it is clear from the photographs shared on social media that, unlike private jet travel, passengers were processed through the airport the same as everyone else, with boarding passes issued to those travelling and then being bussed from the terminal building to the awaiting aircraft. James Asquith, the CEO and founder of Global Airlines, shared some images on Instagram of these first passengers, highlighting what an incredible moment it was for him personally, especially since his parents were amongst those on board the first flight. Asquith also provided a full video walkthrough of the aircraft, giving us a first proper view of all three cabins. The shared video was massively sped up, so I've tried to slow this down a bit to give a better look at the cabin, so my apologies for the jerkiness of the video. Upon entering the aircraft, we first walked through the first class cabin, and then moved to the main deck of the aircraft, going through the economy cabin, which is 38 rows in a 3-4-3 layout split across three cabins, and gives you a feel for just how large this aircraft is. The economy seats have all been reupholstered in a beige or light brown colour with distinctive red headrests. We then move up the rear stairs to the upper deck, through the large main galley area and into the smaller rear economy section, which only has 10 rows in a 2-4-2 layout. The rest of the upper deck is dedicated to the massive business class section, which is home to 70 lie-flat seats in a 1-2-1 layout, split across 18 rows, 6 of which are in the smaller forward cabin. After a quick visit to the Sky Pub at the top of the stairs, the cabin tour then retraces its steps, giving us a better view of the business class seats from the front. These seats have all been reupholstered in a deep blue colour, along with some other cosmetic changes around the seat, which I'll come back to after the walkthrough. You get a real feel for the sheer size of the upper deck and how massive an aircraft the A380 is, before we head back down the curved rear stair to the lower deck. It has to be said that the cabin does look very fresh and clean. It's obviously hard to make a fair comparison off of a low-resolution video clip, but whether this has simply been a cosmetic refresh of the previous China Southern interiors, it does at least appear to have been done to a good standard. We then pass back through the 2 rows of seats in the first class cabin, and the video finishes with a quick trip up the front stairs to the Sky Pub. As I covered in the last video, the seats are the same as those originally fitted by China Southern, the previous owners of the aircraft. So what's really changed? Well, there's been a complete replacement of all the carpets throughout the aircraft, with the deep red of Global's colours replacing the previous China Southern blue, and it works well with the white and light greys of the cabin panelling. Economy seats have been refreshed with a light brown or beige material and deep red headrests. It's an attractive colour scheme that gives the cabin a luxurious feel and complements the cabin interior, but time will tell whether a light fabric colour will resist spills and staining in the longer term. The business class cabin appears to have had a bit more cosmetic work carried out on it. The original seats have been reupholstered with a deep blue replacing the lighter fabric colour of the China Southern interior, and the seats also appear to have had a new surface fitted to the shelf beside them, in a dark wood effect trim. Looking at the position of this in relation to the seat controls, it looks like it's sitting on top of the original surface when compared to the original China Southern seat. In addition, Gone is the bottle holder in the corner, and this has been replaced with a new lamp which appears to be the same type fitted in the first class seats as well. It looks like the same dark wood trim on the side has also been replicated on the pull-out tray, going with some of the publicity shots. We can also see from the walkthrough that the IFE screen surround has been replaced by a black cover, and the previous handles fitted to the seat backs seem to have been removed. First class seats have also been reupholstered with a dark brown material replacing the deep purple of the original seats. I'm not sure if that's leather or leather effect. The new lamp also makes an appearance to the side, along with what appears to be a little flower holder on the wall at the rear of the seat. Global also shared what appears to be their first bedding for the aircraft, with a thick mattress topper, pillow and duvet, as well as what would appear to be pyjamas and slippers. So it will be interesting to see if first class passengers on the Glasgow and Manchester flights to JFK are indeed issued with these. While it's true that the seats on board would still appear to be the same as originally supplied to China Southern, it's also clear that more time and effort have gone into this cabin refresh than might have initially been apparent. This might not be the aspirational new cabins that we were originally hoping for, but these changes make a lot more sense in the early days of the new airline, given the cost and timescales involved in sourcing and fitting newer seats on board. The airline's longer-term plans are still somewhat of an unknown. Beyond these initial short-haul flights within Europe and the flights planned in May from Glasgow and Manchester to New York, no further routes or ticket sales have yet been announced, so it may be that Global are waiting to see how sales go for these flights before deciding what's next. Regardless, it's been clear from these flights to Barcelona, Berlin and Gatwick that there's significant interest from the aviation community, and local avgeeks were scrambling to catch a glimpse of the aircraft. There's clearly a lot of passion behind the new airline from all those involved, and I genuinely hope that this is a successful start for a new player in the industry, in whatever shape their business model ends up taking for the long haul. So what are your thoughts on these latest developments? Let me know in the comments below, especially if you're going to be one of the lucky few taking these first flights. I really hope that you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please leave me a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos as they come out. If you'd like to support me more directly, you can buy me a coffee by clicking on the link in the description below or using the QR code on the screen.